Hi, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have a new digital kit and a journal flip through to share with you so I can show you an example of what my new digital kit looks like. It's called Ocean Music. I'm really excited to share it with you. And this kit was sponsored by Lori Louise. She came up with the idea. And it's octopuses or octopi and seahorses. And that's the main theme. And then there's also like musical notes and things like that that I added along, and I called it Ocean Music because I think there is definitely a music and a rhythm and a beauty and a language to the ocean and the sea and the living things in the sea. There's a few shells, a few other things, but the majority of the sea creatures in this journal are seahorses and octopi. So I'm really excited to share with you my new kit. It is offered digitally in my shop, and it is also offered in a printed version. So I print it on a 28-pound presentation paper, which is a nice weight for your journals. It's not too flimsy, but it's not too heavy and thick like cardstock. It's in between 28 pounds. So like a lightweight cardstock would be like 67 pound and a copy paper would be 20 pounds. So it's closer to copy paper, but it's still thicker. It's a nice quality. So it comes printed out on that and then shipped to you like you would buy a paper pad or something in the store so that you can use the images if you do not have a printer. So here we go. Oh, and quick note, remember, if you buy 3 or more items in my shop now, my new policy is free shipping for domestic for the US. So if you're going to pick up the printed pages, you might want to add 2 other little things to your cart so that shipping is free. For me, I would rather take the money I'm spending and have it go toward another item than go toward shipping. Anyway, here we go. So for the cover, I just used a Michaels paper pad. This was one from a year or two ago, and it was a mermaid theme. But this is kind of like a watercolor ocean. It has kind of a faux texture look, and then all of these seahorses. And so I thought that was a perfect cover for this. And then the stitching I did around it were this wave-like burgundy stitching that really just contrasts very well with it, I think. And then I have a little bit of layering. There's 3 layers here. So the back layer is the back side of just a Dollar Tree colored index card, like you can get the colors. And then this is also a Dollar Tree paper. You get the little note memo pads with all the different colors. It's super thin paper, and that's ripped up here. And then this is a label from the kit. There are 10 there's 12 pages total. So 10 of them are journal pages. So if you fold that in half, that is 20 different journal pages. And then there's 2 sheets that are full of ephemera. So this is one of them. This is a label that I created. And I know you guys are waiting for me to get into it. I'm just trying to set the backdrop for my kit. I've used vintage images. I've used different elements from digital curio as well, like some of this beautiful ink blot stuff. You know, you think of like octopus, squid, ink, ocean, inky depths. That's kind of where I was going. So this is also from that paper pad. I just lined it, and I thought the colors went perfect with the journal. So this is on one of the ephemera sheets, and it is a perpetual calendar. And I'm going to give you guys a little tip or a hint. If you design your own digital kits, go over to pixelscrapper.com because you can find elements there, and you're allowed 5 free downloads a day, or you can upgrade to get more. But that's where this is from, this perpetual calendar. And then I can design it and change it for my different kits. So I gave it kind of a sandy background, and then, or I might have already had that type of background. I don't remember. But I added a seahorse to it. And that same seahorse, he's over here. I also think that this seahorse was also from Pixel Scrapper. So, and then this is a vintage shell image that I took from a vintage scan, and I used Photoshop to cut it out and all of that. So here's a background page that from my kit, and then there's some layering. So there's like a little vintage piece of paper in the background. There's a seahorse. These are for writing on. Really cool. And then the background papers, instead of coffee dyeing these, I just printed, I used my borderless printer. And then on the other side, I just printed this generic vintage paper from Avalon Rose Designs. You can go to her website and you can definitely get a whole bunch of amazing elements. And these, it's just one of her papers. Looks like old paper. So this is an element from the kit, and these are like little, kind of like Rolodex cards. They only have like one divot, but it's like a Rolodex card. And here's a vintage image of some octopus and squid and like a little cuttlefish. And I did some faux stitching on that. I also got that element from Pixel Scrapper. And so I just did like mirrored what I would do. And then this is just a journal card from my stash. And then I added a little shell button and some stitching. And then I love this stamp, This Music Belongs To. And since this is called Ocean Music, I added that there. I hand dyed this paper. It's like a bluish green. It has a glimmer. And I actually hand dyed this for my Christmas collection. My Christmas collection hand dyed paper. So you can actually purchase this paper in my shop. But I stole 2 sheets of it for this journal because I think that it's very versatile. You don't have to use it for Christmas. I think it looks like the ocean. So this circular piece of ephemera here, this is also on my ephemera sheet. This is one of the pages, and I love the white notes on the blue. And to me, this is just, it's the music of the waves. That's just what makes me think of. And you can still very easily journal on this. And then here is some more of that hand-dyed paper, just like a little double tag, and I just did a little shell stamp on there. There's another page from the kit. There's just music, and then there's the ocean froth. I also found some Creative Commons, no attribution required photographs of the ocean that I melded into some of this. Melded, I think that's my own word, but you know what I'm saying. So this is just like a little Project Life type card. It says currently loving and then joy, but you can list something here. And then this little journal card is from my kit. And that, so we've got both here for extra journaling. And then this is from a book on the seashore, and this is all on seahorses on this side. Yeah, this is also seahorses. It's just a really neat book page. This is one of my favorite pages in my kit. And as you can see, here's the ocean waves coming up, and there's like staff music lines in the background. There's the inky blots of the ocean. There's the vintage shells lining the side. You can write on it. It would mat a picture beautifully. So this is one of my favorite pages. I just love how it came out. There's so much texture to it, even though you can't actually feel the texture, you can see it. Here we have just a bingo card. It's like a Project Life type bingo card, and I turned that into a text spot, and then I just have some gold washi that she can use in the journal, and a little cut off part of a coin roller that she can use for some collaging or gluing on, and then just this little paper clip. And then this is just a piece of cardstock that I cut with my scissors with the scallop edge, and then did some wave stitching. This page is also in my kit, and I just kind of ripped it to look like the ocean here, inked it. And then this is another one of those Rolodex cards in my kit, and it's a top tuck spot. So this tag is in my kit here. It says Feel the Music, and then this is just a generic, you know, I don't remember where I got it, like Tuesday morning or something like that. And I just did some stitching around that. Look at this page. She loved the brightness of seahorses and their beauty. So I wanted to add this really, like, it looks like a bedazzled seahorse to me. But there's some music notes, and there's some vintage lace on that page, and just really cool. So here's a little shell bead. And then we have a tuck spot, and then this is in my kit as well. It's like an octopus stamp. And some lined paper. And then you also get this Feel the Music. You also get that in the kit separately from the tag, so you could use it somewhere else. I just backed it with some music paper. This is a book page that has octopus on it. This page, and I was showing my husband the kit, this was his favorite page. And I used some Cosmic Ocean clip art from Digital Curio. Those are the waves here. And I just think that really, that's super, super neat. I love how that came out. And then I took that ripped off part of the octopus page and stitched it on here for this pocket so she can stick photos in here. This is a vintage book page on the seahorse. And what I really liked about this was it's colored. Some little kid like scribbled on it a long time ago. And it's an orange. So I thought that was cool, and I left it on there. And then the other side is a sea lamprey. Here's one of the pages in the kit. It's almost similar to the cover, but Anyway, so this comes in the kit as well. And then here we have a double tuck spot. So this is an actual part of a vintage atlas book from 1935 that my mom sent me. And it's stitched and glued on here. And then there's just a little journal card. You could tuck something up in there if you wanted to. And then a little mini Rolodex card that is so cute. That's just holding a little tag. This is also a page in the kit. Here's the octopus, and there's the waves and music. And then I made this a big pocket page so she can put all sorts of stuff in there if she would like to. Here's the middle, lots of journaling going on. And then the other side is also a huge pocket page. And I just have a label there. The other side of the seahorse book that's scribbled on. I love putting those things in junk journals. It's just so much character. I bet the parents of this child that scribbled in there were like, oh no, you scribbled in the book, and it's just like no value anymore. And now it has value again. So I love that. Here's the other side of that page, book page. This little square journal card is in the kit. Really cute. There's a folded over doily here that can be removed and put someplace. The last Rolodex card in the kit, and there's a little vintage book cover. It says Ocean to Ocean. Sanford Fleming's expedition through Canada in 1872, the Atlantic to the Pacific. And that's just a little vintage book cover that I put on there. Here's the other side of this really frothy ocean picture, and there is a leafy sea dragon down here. This is all in seahorses. This is like a plastic acetate type frame that I stitched on and then glued it. She can take a photo or something right down through there. I think she said she has some seahorse book pages that she really loves, and she could cut that out and stick it in there and frame one of the seahorses she likes. And look at just how pretty that ocean paper is. I love it. Done some stamping here. Love the bubbles and as it goes on the sand. So pretty. Little paper ribbon. There's a seahorse and then a label. I had to do a little ship stamp. And here's a little octopus along the side here and the end. So I truly love this journal. It feels so thick. It feels so good. This cover is nice and thick because this is thick cardstock doubled up. It feels so good in my hands. It's just the colors, everything. I'm really happy with it. So you can purchase this kit in my shop. And if you would like a journal made from this kit, then send me a message over on Etsy. We'll talk about it. I can do different sizes and actually make you a journal very similar to this that you can have. So Lori, Louise, this is yours. Thank you for sponsoring this kit. I had so much fun making this kit for you, and I hope we can work together again soon.